I think every bowl game is a chance to extend your season, an opportunity for every player that you're recruiting, not just the current seniors, but the juniors and the younger players, to give them just one more chance of exposing them to your program and how you play football, your brand as a football program. To do that in New York City on the greatest stage against one of the most storied programs, probably the most storied program in the history of college football, I think it's a tremendous opportunity for us.
Thank you, Coach. Next question. Any further questions? Yes, sir, in the middle.
Matt Halatic, Rivals.com. This is for Coach Kelly. Coach, with your experience coaching against Rutgers from your time at Cincinnati, just was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what you kind of saw from those Rutgers teams then, and what kind of enabled you to have the success you had against them, and if you see what you see from this year's Rutgers team.
Well, if we play in Tampa Bay, we would probably be, a lot better suited. I mean, it's a totally different football team. Greg Schiano was the head coach there. Different structure offensively, different structure defensively, different players. We're running a totally different offense and defense than when we did at Cincinnati. So really won't gain any advantage from, prior knowledge relative to our matchups in the past, other than knowing Rutgers and knowing, the way that those kids play. They play hard, and, Kyle and the way he coaches his kids, they're going to play hard. So I know more about him as a head football coach and the way they're going to play than I do about what we did when I was at Cincinnati.
Thank you, Coach. Bruce, all the way in the back.
Bruce Beck, WNBC TV. This is for both coaches. How important is this week in terms of building to the future of each of your programs in terms of what you get on the field execution-wise and the extra practices and things like that?
Anytime you get an opportunity to add a practice season to your program, it creates a great opportunity for the younger players in your program. For us, we certainly have a lot of younger players playing, but we also have quite a few that are on the scout teams that now are going to get more opportunities to play within our system at Rutgers, offense and defense and special teams. And I think that serves as almost a springboard into your winter workouts and then ultimately into the spring season where they get a chance to compete.
Yeah, from a bigger picture perspective, you're running a business and an organization for 365 days a year. It would be like that you're closing down the business for a month, and that's not good for business. So you want to stay in business. You want to be able to obviously continue to weight train and condition and continue to practice. You want to continue to build those relationships. You want to continue to get your younger players some work. So, keeping things open and keeping, things going for that next month is very important to the overall health of your organization.
Roger, over on the left.
Coach Flood, a game against Notre Dame is challenging enough, but you're going to have a bunch of moving parts in terms of your staffing now. Can you describe how much more challenging this is going to be, given that you've got people in new roles?
It certainly creates a little bit of a challenge, but I'm confident that the people are put in positions where they could be successful. And that's really my job as the head football coach, to make sure we've got a coach assigned at every position and then all three phases in the coordinator role that can help us do everything we can to be 1-0 when we face Notre Dame. So certainly you would love to have your entire staff intact, but that's not the reality of our situation right now. But I will not allow that to be a negative as we go forward into the preparation.
Any last questions on the left here?
Dan Doug from NJ.com. Brian, you're talking about how you have a national roster, but it's a handful of Jersey guys. Can you talk about them and just what they've brought to the program?
Well, that's national too, isn't it, New Jersey? It is for us in South Bend. Yeah, I mean, obviously the East Coast and New Jersey, it's great football, and those guys are excited. Carlo Calabrese in particular, young man that has been so important to our program, is coming back. And Bennett Jackson, who is a starter for us for 3 years now and a captain, both those kids are coming back, and they're really excited. We're going to have to find a way to get some tickets for them because they were already asking about that. So, that New Jersey area. New York, New Jersey is a very important recruiting area for us. So anytime that we get back here, next year we'll be back here again to play Syracuse, MetLife Stadium. So it's a very important area for us. So that's why it's a very attractive place for us to come back and play as well. And just to add on to Kyle's situation with his staff, I just want to let him know, and he's got too many staff members. I coached when I was at Cincinnati. We had 3 staff members, and we coached in the bowl game against Western Michigan. So you got way too many. So and we won that game. So I think he's fine. So I don't think you have to worry about him having not enough coaches. So I think you're in good shape.
Any last questions? If there are no further questions, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. Thank you, gentlemen, on the dais for being here with us today. And just a reminder, this game will be on Saturday, December 28th, scheduled for a noon kickoff, and it can be heard and seen on ESPN. Thank you guys for being here.